What's up? Good morning, people. It's just Uncle Larry. Just got out of bed, having his morning coffee. Thought I would do one of my old school homeschooling early morning vids for you when I'm super crusty, you know. Hope everybody's doing great. Thanks for all the kind words about your old uncle returning from the dead and putting up a couple new videos last night. Got the old 34 L00, man. What a cool guitar. Man, V-neck. I love a V-neck. I love a V-neck here too. Although I don't wear them very often. Anybody know what that scale is? Burst on this thing. Beautiful, right? So yeah, thanks for all the kind words. Appreciate you guys. Today is day 3, going in, finish up the Bob sessions, and beautiful day here in Nashville, Tennessee. What if I told you there's a couple anomalies in the history of rock and roll that are fascinating once you understand the inner workings. You know, I'm a bit of a rock and roll historian, as many of my friends are. And anytime we stumble upon something like this, it's always a great source of conversation. Like, for example, what if I told you there was a hit song in the 70s where, this is a hit song now, this isn't just some weirdo album cut, where the verses are in B, and the choruses are cold mod right to C, and the verses are back to B again. Half step, cold mod jumps. Have you ever heard a song like that? You would think to yourself, Larry, that's not possible that a song like with a weird half step cold mod like that could be a big hit. You would think that, right? Well, what if I played you this? It's gonna take you back down memory lane here. Key of B, right? B to F sharp. Kind of an R&B thing, key of B. Unbelievable. And then back to B. Come on, man. Who does that shit? That's pretty amazing. Little River Band. Remember that from God knows what year? 1977, I think. Help is on its way. But that song is it gets into a whole chord maze at the end. But, I mean, that's just crazy, right? All of a sudden, it jumps up to C for a chorus. And it's a hit. Pretty amazing. Okay, what if I told you there was a song that was a big hit in the 80s or 90s or whatever it was, where the person singing the chorus is singing completely in the wrong key, and it's still a hit? What would you think about that? Would you think that's possible? A song could be a giant hit with somebody singing in the wrong key in the chorus? Well, you would think so, but let me play a little something here. Key of B again. Key here, right? B minor. choke me in the show. I never knew what she was saying there. And all of a sudden, she's singing blues in E, pentatonic blues. Over B. She's a fourth up. Like if she was going to be singing in the key, the chorus would have been what would have. What I am is what I am, is what you are or what. That would have been in key, but she's up a fourth to E minor, which is crazy, and no one ever even noticed it. Isn't that amazing? So like if the chorus for her to be in this, to be in key, it would have to be like this. What I am is what I am, what you are or what. But she's up a fourth from the key she should be in. And it's fascinating. Nobody cared. It was a hit record. But that kind of stuff freaks me out. It's pretty cool, isn't it? There's lots of those in the footnotes of rock and roll. Very strange, seemingly one-time happenings, you know. And you have to wonder, you know, like, are these things that people stumbled on by accident, or, you know, how did these all happen? These little Body Gibsons are really cool. Look how thick it is. I don't know if I'm going to hang on to this one or not. I'm not really an acoustic man these days. I've only got one acoustic, well, 2 acoustics left, and I think that's one too many. But I am an electric man. I like electric guitars. I think that's where my heart's at, you know. What else can we talk about? Let's look at the last video I put up, and let's see if there's any interesting VCBs going on. What are you guys doing today? Are you practicing? Hopefully. I have been playing so much guitar lately, it's frightening. I feel like my fingers are made out of concrete right now. I could play for 12 straight hours and feel nothing. You know, that's what happens, man, when you play. Let's see what we got here. I'm talking about this last video I put up, Grandma, when I was plunking on the old Firebird. There was lots of nice comments about Skank. People saying prayers for him, and man, you know, Skank is a dear old mate, and he's on my Mount Rushmore of friends. You know, very, very select group there. Skank's that old army buddy that you wish you had in the foxhole with you, man. He would do anything to help you, man. Big old lovable oaf. God, I love that kid. You know, he just, you know, big monster of a man. You know, heart of gold he has. He's gonna play guitar again. I know he is. Okay, so let's see what we got here. One guy said, Burton Cummings comes to mind when I think of underrated singers. Yeah, not so much for me. I'm not a big Guess Who guy. That stuff doesn't really do much for old Larry. But that's the great thing about music, man, is that everybody's got different tastes, you know. You know, that's the thing, you know. When I mentioned Jerry Rafferty as an underrated singer, I've been going down the Jerry Rafferty fucking wormhole lately. I'm obsessed with his voice. There's something about the tone of his voice is so pleasing to me. Scottish fella, big drinker, you know, I can relate to that. Amazing songwriter, the pride of Scotland, man, and he came up with some amazing shit. And I mean, his voice is just no one ever talks about how great he was. I mean, I think he died a few years back, 2010-ish or something like that. One guy said, people say I'm the best guitarist in this California city I live in. This guy named Joe Bill. Some of them musicians I dig, but man, you're the king shit of Turd Mountain, as far as I'm concerned. You're like the Pied Piper of derelicts making good. Yeah, okay. People say you're the best guitarist in California City, huh? Okay, well, that's good. No one's ever said that to me. I'd love for somebody to say it to me one day. One guy said, "Wow, I think you got your funky back." You know, the playing part. This injury didn't mess up the playing part. It just messed up my brain, man. I mean, I was in pain for a few days, but again, it's nothing compared to what some of you people out there have to go to, and I clearly know that. One guy said, "I let a magic Firebird like that slip through my hands 40 years ago. I was broke-ass kid, couldn't justify the cash outlay. It was one of those that nearly gave you a Woody. It sounded so good." I figured they all sounded like that, but I've never heard another one like that since. You know, yeah, Firebirds are special guitars, man. And everybody's got those stories of the ones that got away. I remember when I was a young kid, there used to be a music store called Akron Music down there in downtown Akron, kind of where old Danny Auerbach grew up. And I used to go in there and plunk on all the new Ibanez's and stuff like that. I was fascinated with the heavy metal guitars back in those days. And there was this guy that worked there named Dave Illinois. And I came in there one day and he goes, "Hey man, we got a real burst in." And I was like, whoa. Because I knew it. Even though I was a vintage guitar, total numbskull at that point, I knew what that was. And I played it, I remember, and it was available for $6,600, I remember. $6,600. Man, I should have bought that. But, of course, like all you guys with these stories out there, I didn't have that money. Those things have always been out of my reach, you know. Let's see. One guy said, "Tom, here's a 3-for question for you. What's the biggest single you ever played on?" God, I have no idea. I have no idea what that would be. "What single are you the proudest of playing on?" I have no idea. "And if you dare, which one do you wish you could have another go on?" Well, that happens a lot. I can relate to that part. You know, there's lots of stuff I hear on the radio and I go, wow, I didn't quite have it work out yet then at that point. I feel like we're all growing, you know. I mean, hopefully, you know, sometimes maybe we're all going backwards and we just think we're growing. But I mean, I feel like I hear stuff that I did in the old days and I would never do it now. But maybe that was what was great about it. Hell, I don't know, you know. I like to think that I'm growing as a musician, you know. I feel like I am, you know. I feel like I've gotten a lot better as a player since I started doing these videos. But maybe that's all in my head, and maybe I'm actually going downhill, and maybe I suck now. I don't know. Who knows? A lot of people agree with me about Robin Zander being a very underrated singer. Yes, he is. I mean, he's obviously rated because everybody loves Cheap Trick, but that guy's got like pipes of steel. I mean, he never lost it. Dude, I'm gonna say one more thing, and then I'm gonna hang up. But okay. I'm gonna post a link to a video. Thank God I just thought of this. Okay. A couple weeks ago, I was just surfing around on YouTube, and I've never been the biggest Triumph fan, you know, like Rick Emmett, you know. I mean, I thought they were okay, but it was never really my jam, you know. I remember liking that song "Laying on the Line" when I was a kid, and but it was never really resonated with me very much, you know. And I was just surfing around, and you know how sometimes it's just so painful to watch videos of rock stars that have gotten old, you know. Like 99% of the times, it just hurts to watch your idols and these people that were once just amazing, you know, having to lower the keys of all their songs and, you know, not being able to sing like they used to, you know. Fucking Rick Emmett has blown that myth completely out of the water. I saw a recent video of him and another guy playing that song Magic Power in some club. They're both playing guitar, and he is fucking killing it. He sings better now at age 230 or whatever he is than he did when he was a kid. And his playing is amazing. I was pouring tears sitting and watching it. I'm like, my kids were in there watching TV, and I'm in here watching this crying. It's so good. And it was just so cool to see a guy, a rock star who's like still got it, man, when they've gotten old, man. It's really cool. I'm gonna post a link to that video on here, so check it out. Even if you're not the biggest Triumph fan or whatever, man, just dig how amazing this is. I mean, I'm just welling up thinking about it. It's incredible. All right, let's answer one more question, and I'll leave you all alone for today. You guys go out and try to make a living. Let's see. Is it football season yet? Is there, let's see if there's anyone here. I guess there's nothing here. Okay, no worries. We'll get it next time. Oh, one guy said, you ought to try bangs like Brian Jones. Yeah, right. Okay, have a great day, guys. I'll see you all later. Peace out.